Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today's number 99. Close to 100, guys. Wow. And anyways, today we'll be reviewing Android Kikader, the animation. Now, once again, I did this review on, I was doing I was kind of behind the scenes. I was doing the review for this and it took me multiple tries to do this review because I woke up early and did this review. And lo and behold, that when I finally finished and was kind of happy about it, my mic wasn't working. So I had to realize, oh, it's not fully plugged into the microphone jack. Oh, great, awesome. So, like always, I think it's one of the cons of sometimes using microphones for different things. Like, I don't use this mic solely for my PC. I use it for other things as well, but whatever. Anyways, let's get on with the review. So, Android Kikader, the animation, is not where I want to start this story. I actually want to start this review, and yeah, it is a story. I mean, all reviews are stories if you think about it. I want to start this review way back when stuff like Gigantor and Inframan and I can't think of the other guy. I remember there was another big kind of Godzilla-like fighting guy that was in Japan. Those were very popular in Japan way back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Even now they're very popular. I mean, CGI and the ability of using actual editing software, they look a lot more better than having giant guys in suits run amok in little tiny version of Tokyo. But what was really cool about the shows was that they were fun, they were cheesy. But even when I started growing up and I started watching some of them from the past, I thought they were kind of cool. I mean, it's just the hero fighting the villain essentially. Even in Gigantor, Gigantor was always seen as a creature that was bad in many ways, but he was also fighting against bad. And Gigantor started at one point becoming a hero for everyone. He started becoming, oh, it's Gigantor, he's saving the day today, instead of being the one who's destroying everything in sight. That's why I kind of hate shows that make him always bad, because I'm like, are you trying to make him modern in the sense that he's like, oh, it's a giant creature, thus he's bad right away instantaneously? Because I mean, I remember growing up with watching shows where he was good, and I thought those were better in the sense that, oh, hey, he's a good guy. But enough about Gigantor. The concept, though, is that it spawned at one point a show called Android Kikader, which was essentially like Power Rangers met Godzilla in many ways, where you had our main character who's a cyborg having to fight other enemies that were trying to destroy his town and his life, and thus he was trying to protect his family and his friends and everyone else by defeating these monsters using his cybernetic powers and his android capabilities. Android Kikader the animation took that show, which was way back in the 70s, and comes out in 2001 and makes a very serious and very thought-provoking anime, which is I'm always flabbergasted by that concept. Android Kikader real fast is the concept of Dr. Komiya, who, if you guys can't think of someone like that, think of Dr. Light from Mega Man. Dr. Komiya is a famous inventor. He invents different robots and different kind of android creatures and kind of I just want to say not monsters for the sake of bad, but he's the one who developed their concepts. He develops a very cool new concept of an android/cyborg that he calls Jiro, which is, at first, you don't really see what Jiro is until all of a sudden Dr. Komiya's lab is up in flames after it explodes, and you see this guy walking around. He's got a guitar on his back, he's wearing a little jacket, he's just walking around. He really doesn't know what's going on. He has no memories of anything outside of his name. And when he sees that he sees the grandchildren of Dr. Komiya, he sees they're also in trouble at one point when they get hit with a giant creature that just comes out of nowhere. He goes in to save the day and learns that he has a secret power that he didn't know about, at least, called the Kikaider power, which he can actually transform into an android/cyborg and is able to fight creatures using enhanced speed, enhanced strength, the concepts of robots essentially. Now, what was funny though was that this show was not jokey. The show was very drama filled in the sense that you felt for Jiro because he was lost. Jiro essentially is a young kid inside an adult body, not knowing anything of his memories, not knowing what he has to do in life, what he's even there for. Is he considered human? Is he considered a robot, a machine? Is all he good? Is everything he's good for? I couldn't say that line for a second. Is only fighting, or can he do other things? I mean, he has a guitar on his back, and he thinks that he can play music, which he can play music very well. But he doesn't know what he wants to do in life, and his grandchildren feel for him because they see him as someone they care for and look up to. But they also see that he's hurting inside because he doesn't know where he's lost. And I think that's really cool of the show. I think that this story is filled with so much melodrama, but in the sense that it's not bad melodrama. It's not melodrama that's gonna be like, oh, it's just tacked on. It's really good. I love the story for Android Kikader. I think it is one of my favorite stories. That's why it's on my top 50 anime of all time, because it's just one of those shows that, to take such a corny concept and to make it into something so beautifully done, is so rare in anime, I think. Now, story wise, like I said, it's amazing. Animation wise, it's very good. It's not excellent. It's awesome at times. Like even for an old, 15-year-old show, essentially, it looks very good at times. But the problem with it lies in the fact that it's got rough animation. It's from the time period of 2000, 2001, so you kind of understand the little kind of quirkiness here and there of, screen transitioning and characters and what they look like and how they move and how they react to certain things. It's understandable, especially if you watched like the newer Astro Boy, not the old Astro Boy, but the newer one, the one that came out in 2000s, around that period. You can see that how they made certain characters look, and how they kind of went and realized, oh well, animation wise and art wise, it's a little old and outdated, but we still try to use it because it's the same concept with Speed Racer and stuff like that they try to remake Voltron, for example, also. Now, voice acting wise, I can't tell you anything about the Japanese dub because I've never heard this in Japanese, I'll be honest with you. But the English dub for this was not bad, especially seeing how most of them are very unknown kind of voice actors. I think only a few of them are very popular voice actors even today, but most of them are voice actors that were in the past anime, the stuff that you really don't see too often nowadays, or even late 2000s, they kind of faded out of existence. Which is a shame because I think these voice actors did their job very well. Now, if I had to say anything negative about the show, I really don't have very much negative to say about the show. Again, the art animation is probably one of the weaker points because it's old, of course. Voice acting wise, it could have been a little better, but again, this is an older show, so I can't really expect amazing voice work. I mean, there are shows that are a little older than this that have amazing voice work. Like, Cowboy Bebop, for example, is an older show than all of this, but that's. I guess I just want to say that I don't really hold this show against it because I still think that 2011 to 2000 we're still learning. Actually, from 2000 to 2011, we're still learning how we had voice actors, and we've always had, I think, increasing popularity, increasing voice actor capabilities, and who was getting better and who was doing what in anime roles and stuff like that. So I really don't hold this against this show. I really don't. It's still very good. Thus being said, everything being said, if I had to review this A through F, have to give it an A+. This show is awesome. It is one of my favorite anime out there for a reason. Now I'll tell you guys really fast, and you guys and girls, it's a little hard to get a hold of the show if you want to buy it legit. I remember I only own the first one and the third volume, I believe. I can't find the second, fourth one, and that was at the time of me looking for this way back when. So I don't know if even now it's still hard, but I remember seeing the fourth volume was like, I think $100 something, $200. So it was very, very pricey. It's not one of those shows that you can get really easily. And watching online, because a lot of websites, legit websites don't have this, it's gonna be tough to watch. You might have to watch it through other ways, just because I'm not saying how to do that, but you guys know. Anyways, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Check out my Twitter. Check out my anime list for more about me, I guess. And as always, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.